Welcome everybody. We got 7 breaks tonight. We're going to start off with our Phoenix Hobby PYT 738. Then we have 2025 Mosaic Football Hobby PYT 731. We do have a spot left in that one. 24 Encore Football Hobby PYT 733. 24 Donruss Elite International Hobby. That's a 2-box break PYT 726. We have several spots left in that one. 25 Donruss Baseball Hobby PYT 727. Again, we have spots left in that one as well. 25 Prism Baseball, first off the line hobby, PYT 728. There's spots available for that one. Then we end the night with our 25 Certified Football hobby. That one is full, PYT 739. We do have the link in the chat with the code if you want to get 10% off any of these remaining spots. Again, we are starting off. Let me update the title. Last week's title up there. We are starting off with the Phoenix Football Hobby. You guys are guessing the player on the last auto in this one for 20 in credit. This is Phoenix, 12 packs, 5 cards per pack. We should have 2 autos, 1 mid. You guys are guessing the player on the last auto. Let me get this list pulled up here. There's our list. Your names are on the left. Your teams are on the right. Patriots are down here in the bottom. Yeah, we do have spots available in tonight's breaks if anybody wants to grab any. Yeah, Sean, we'll find out. Packers, Bears, 2 out of the next 3 weeks. Could be playing for the division. It'll be interesting. I do not think the Bears are probably the best team in the NFC, even though the record says they are. But we'll find out here in these next few weeks. Can you guys get your guesses in on these autos? We got 2 autos, 1 min per box. We're going to start off with Phoenix 2025. Again, 12 packs, 5 cards per pack, 2 autos, 1 min per box. 12 rookies, 12 parallels per box. Just find the color blast, the genies in here. Empty box. Somebody grab that last team in the Mosaic break. It's coming up next. We'll start off with the Torrey Horton rookie. Cam Ward. Marion Hampton on the contours. CJ Stroud. Jaden Reed. Devin Neal rookie. Oh, we got an Eagles patch here. Dominic Nav, Jalen Hurts, and Randall Cunningham. That one is going to be out of $2.99. Might sit there for the Eagles, 170 out of $2.99. Then we have a red James Pierce. That is numbered out of 99 for the Falcons. Nick Sirianni, Hunter Henry. Yeah, Tez Johnson, Trey McBride, Jim Everett, Devon Vele, Tyreek Smith. We do have some breaks scheduled for Thursday as well. The future break schedule will take you to that if you guys want to see what we have on the schedule. There's Robbie Outs, Davion Williams, Geno Smith. And it's just a regular Thunderbirds there. Joe Burrow, Ted Hendricks. Caleb Johnson, Still over there. Kyle Shanahan, Mike Haynes, Bucky Irving. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto for 20 credit. There's DK. There's our other men, franchise future Kyler Warren. That is out of 249. Going to the Colts spot. There's JJ McCarthy, Vinny Testaverde, Cameron Bynum. Curtis Wolf. Roquan Smith, green contours. McMillan, this is going to the Panther spot, 27 out of 99. Marvin Harrison Jr., Brandon Fisk. Do this back in the top of what we have. Okay, guys, get those guesses in for the player on the last auto. There's Ashton Genty. There's Thomas rookie, Jalen Hurts contours, Brock Bowers, Ray McLeod. But these are not, this one, not from any specific game or event. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. Grab those spots in the upcoming breaks. We have quite a few spots left. Well, I think about 4 of our breaks left, I think. I can get the sleeve open. There we go. We have 6 more breaks left tonight, guys. Next pack. Harold Fannin and Donovan Ezaruku. Zaruaku is our auto. That is out of 199, 57 out of 199. Definitely butchered that name. That is going to Dallas. That should be the final auto. There's DeAndre Swift. That is out of 50 on the purple, going to the Bears spot. Tua, Tajay Spears. We got 3 packs left. Or wait, did we only have one? I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 autos in here. RJ Harvey, Ty Felton, DK Metcalf, Trevor Lawrence, Myles Garrett. 25 Mosaic Football PYT 731 is coming up next. There's Quinshon Judkins, Michael Pittman, Ashton Genty, Michael Pittman again, and Jason Myers. Our final pack of this break. Carl Manungai, Marion Hampton is our guest. Marion Hampton on the dual patch. Rookie auto right there. Sorry, I have it on the screen. A 3-color patch and a 2-color patch next to it. That is out of 99, 57 out of 99. Marion Hampton is going to be the guest of the break. Very nice. Hit there for the Charger spot. I believe Hampton might be back next week, they said. He was having quite the year before he got hurt. Marion Hampton dual patch auto out of 99 going to the Charger spot. We got Chris Chambers, Justin Fields, Ben Roethlisberger. Let's do a quick recap. Then we're going to move on to Mosaic coming up next. We had the DeAndre Swift out of 50. Isa Ruaku out of 199 on the auto. There was a triple patch. Cunningham, McNabb, Hurts. That was out of 299. James Pierce out of 99. Tyler Warren, franchise futures man out of 249. Green contours of Ted McMillan out of 99. And our Amarian Hampton rookie patch auto out of 99. Nice box of Phoenix there. Right, Mosaics coming up next. Let's get the title updated. We'll get the list updated as well. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto in this one. We are sold out now on this one. All right, guys. Let me pull up this. Your names are on the left. Your teams are on the right. ZZ Sills down here with the Cardinals in the bottom spot. Again, this is 25 Mosaic Football Hobby PYT 731. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. 24 Encore footballs up after this one. We'll be right back with PYT 731 in just a moment. All right, here we go with PYT 731. All right, we got 10 packs per box, 15 cards per pack, 2 autos per box on average. You guys are guessing the player on the final auto for 20 in credit. If you guess the player correct, you can get that credit. You can use it in our shop for any breaks, packs, or boxes. You do not have to be in the break to guess. All right, here we go for pack number 1. We start off with Chop Robinson, Toby Myers, Altoon, Trevor Etienne, Alec Williams, Randy Gradishar. Out of, that's just a red non-numbered. Johnny Smith on the silver non-numbered. Baker Mayfield, Jamar Chase on the splash. And that is out of 99. Chuba Hubbard, Jamal Lewis, Ted McMillan, Khalil Shakur, Christian McCaffrey, Kyron Williams. Grab your spots, guys, in the upcoming breaks tonight. We've got plenty of spots left. Link in the chat. There is a code to get your 10% off. There's Malik Neighbors, Devon A. Chan, Troy Franklin, Dylan Sampson, Jalen Royals, Michael Vick, Michael Parsons. Give me 1 second. I got to grab a drink real quick. Sorry about that. We got Cam Ward, center stage here of Ted McMillan. Get reporter card. And we got Saquon, Thurman Thomas, Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard, Joe Theismann. Oops, there's one on the back. That is Devin Hester. There's Marquise Brown, Jordan Love, Tyler Newman, Jordan James, white parallel of Deion Branch for the Patriots. That is out of 25. Tyler Shug, Theo Johnson. We got the carbon copy, Saquon Barkley, Ashton Genty. That will go. That'll be random unless somebody owns both teams, which they don't. So we'll random these carbon copies at the end. There's Caleb Williams, Brett Favre, Wes Welker, Colston Loveland rookie, Jake Ferguson, Robert Brazile, and Odell Beckham Jr. Xavier Legette, Lamar Jackson, Derek Harmon, Kenneth Grant. We got a Silver Drake May, Quinn Ewers, Stephon Diggs, Minamastery, Omarion Hampton. With the Storm insert, Cam Ward, James Conner, Jamian Sherwood, Roderick Estime, Jack Campbell, Javion Clowney, Trevor Etienne, Leonard Williams, Justin Jefferson, Steve Spurrier, Ted McMillan, Maxwell Harrison, Donovan Jackson on one of the autos. That is rookie Donovan Jackson for Minnesota. Auto 1 of 2. You guys are guessed the player on the last auto, and this one for 20 credit, Mark Brunell. Moments in time. We got Jared Goff, Michael Penix on the silver. Good reporter card. RJ Harvey, Mario Davis, Tyrone Tracy, Zach Ertz, Randy Gradishar, Tua. We got 5 more packs left. There's Warren Moon, Trey Benson, Larry Fitzgerald, Tui Malalo, Ashton Genty, Steve Young, Derwin James. We got Lamar Jackson, Jackson Smith, and Javon Montage Gold out of 10. That is 3 out of 10. Nice hit there. The Seahawks, Calvin Ridley, Earl Campbell, Quintana Moss, Zerline, Kenneth Walker, Anthony Richardson. Let's top load these so far. So we hit 1 out of 25. We hit 1 out of 10 in here so far. Still have an auto left. Up next after this one is our 24 Encore Football Hobby PYT 733. Again, if you guys want to grab any spots in the upcoming breaks tonight, we do have several remaining breaks and spots. Link is pinned in the chat. There is a code to get 10% off any of those remaining spots. Brock Bowers, Sam Laporta, Roddy White, Savion Williams, Shaheed Barron, Will Lutz. That one is out of 149 with the Panini emblems. Saquon. Moments in Time, Justin Jefferson, Jared Goff, Kid Reporter Card, Tyler Shug, Jaden Daniels, Zach Braun, Fred Warner, Victor Cruz, DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Davis, Isaac Tesla, Ollie Gordon, Bill Coward, Jerome Bettis, Jamar Chase, Center Stage, Ted McMillan, DeAndre Swift, Jaden Higgins, Jonathan Taylor, Frank Gore, Jared Goff, Jamal Anderson, Jonathan Stewart, Wes Chandler, John Elway, Curtis Rourke rookie. Bijan Robinson is going to be our final auto. Or he should be anyway. In Focus auto. That is numbered out of 49. 14 out of 49. Nice Bijan Robinson auto. Nice hit for Atlanta. Bryce Young. It's another gold. Will Howard. Or no, let's see. Out of 199. It's an orange. Minamastery Gibbs. Caleb Williams, Minamastery. We got Stephon Diggs. Tyler Newman. Jerome Bettis. Trey McBride. Joe Green. David Njoku. Our final pack. Jordan Addison. George Kittle. Jerome Ford. Trey Harris. Luther Burden. Dominic Lovett on the blue out of 99. Silver Corey Dillon. We got a carbon copy. Caleb Williams. Patrick Mahomes. The Bears Chiefs. And that'll be random as well. We'll do left, right, Rams for those carbon copies. Alan Kamara, Kid Reporter Card, David Montgomery, Matthew Golden, CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Travis Kelce, Tyrone Tracy. Let's top load these real quick. All right, we're going to random those carbon copies off. Then we'll do a recap. Then we'll move on to Encore Football. Again, Encore Football, PYT 733. So the teams on the left will be the Eagles, Chiefs. Teams on the right, the Bears and Raiders. Let me get the randomizer set up here in just a second. All right, let's switch the screen here. Oops. All right, we got our left and rights. Roll the dice. We're going to randomize it 3 times. Whichever position's in the one spot, the team on that side will get the cards. Here we go. 1, 2, and our third and final time. 3 times. Going to the teams on the left. Put that on the list here. Left. All right, so the teams are: the Chiefs are going to get the Caleb Williams Mahomes. The Eagles are going to get the Genty Saquon Barkley. Do our recap here. These are just the numbered ones, all the silvers, everything will top load before we ship. Out of 199, we have rookie Will Howard for the Steelers. Love it out of 99 for the Lions. Splash Jamar Chase out of 99 for the Bengals. Deion Branch out of 25. Storm of Cam Ward. JSN Montage out of 10. Donovan Jackson auto, and then we have the Bijan auto out of 49. All right, that does it for Mosaic. Encore is up next. Encore is PYT 733. This one is full. Donruss Elite International is coming up after this one. We do have spots available on that one if anybody wants to grab those. That'll be coming up next after the Encore. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto for 20 in credit out of this one. Here's our list for Encore. Your names are on the left, your team's on the right, the Chargers in the bottom spot. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. We'll be right back with PYT 733 in just a moment. All right, guys, here we go. Break number 3, PYT 733. We should have 1 auto, 1 min per box on average, 10 packs, 6 cards per pack. Empty box. Pack number 1. Pat Fryermuth, Devo Samuel, Miles Sanders, Jaden Hicks out of 49. We have our head-to-head. Jim Kelly, Dan Marino. That's between the Bills and Dolphins. In any of these type of cards, if somebody doesn't own both teams, we'll random at the end. That one will need random. Jared first. K-Dot, Coach Kittle, Khalil Shakur, Zeke Elliott, Ray Lewis, Lad McConkey. Tony Pollard, Jonathan Owens, Michael Wilson, Jacoby Brissett. There's out of 150. The Caleb Williams Team Pinnacle with Drake May on the back. So that'll be between the Bears and Patriots. That one is one that will need random. Kamari Lassiter. Zamir White. CJ Mosley, Trey McBride, Buda Baker, Arvin Harrison, Keon Coleman. Another one. Let's see. Yeah, that's random. So is that one? Michael Penix. Up next is 24 Don Russ Elite International 2 Hobby Box Break. PYT 726. Grab your spots in that one. That's coming up next. Justin Fields, Kendrick Moore, and Mike Gesicki. We have Kellen Winslow Sr. on the auto for the Charger spot. That should be the guess of the break. We'll see if we have another one. That is 99 out of 99 as well. Nice hit there for the Chargers. We have Josh Allen on the blueprints, Kool-Aid and McKinstry. Next pack. Tyler Lockett, Zach Charbonnet, Keenan Allen, Jameson Williams, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor. Another one will random. Jordan Jefferson. Daniel Jones, Rasheed Rice, Jerome Ford, Breece Hall out of 150. Look at the coup of the futures now, Javon Edwards. Kyle Duggar out of Boyd, Jonathan Taylor. Bryce Young out of 99. Joe Burrow. Adisa Isaac. Rashad White. Devonta Adams. Jonathan Mingo. Roquan Smith. Spencer Rattler. Casey Latham. Final pack of this break. Justin Jefferson. Trayvon Diggs. David Montgomery. Malik Neighbors rookie patch. Rookie Mim out of 199. That is going to the Giants. Malik Neighbors. Marshawn Lloyd and Jawar Jordan. Let's top load, then we'll random off those other cards there. And up next is the International Hobby. We got a few cards to random off here at the end. All right, let me set up the randomizers real quick. All right, we have Bills and Dolphins for one. That'll be the head-to-head. And then we'll do the front and back for Team Pentacles. We'll do the Team Pentacles first. Teams on the front are going to be the NFCs. Marvin Harrison and the Cardinals, Josh Jacobs, the Packers, Caleb Williams, and the Bears. On the back of the Caleb Williams, we got Drake May. On the back of the Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor. So Drake May, the Patriots, Taylor on the Colts, and then Keon Coleman on the back of the Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's do that one. So we're doing a front and back. We're going to roll here. We got 6 and 3 for 9 times, whichever spot's in the top spot after 9. Roll randomizations. We'll get that one. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 times. Going to the teams on the back. Put that on the list. Teams on the back, and that was 9 times. 6 and 3 is 9. Now we'll do the head-to-head. Bills Dolphins. That's Dan Marino, Jim Kelly. We'll re-roll 5 and 4 for 9. 9 times on this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and our 9th and final time. 9 times going to the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to get the head-to-head. Of course, it takes me forever. There we go. Find the teams I'm looking for. So the Dolphins will get the head-to-head. The teams on the back here, Caleb Williams, Drake May, going to the Patriots. Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs going to the Colts. Keon Coleman, Marvin Harrison Jr. going to the Bills. Jane Hicks out of 49. Cody Brissett out of 150. And Brees Hall out of 150. Bryce Young out of 99. Malik Neighbors on the MIM out of 199. Our auto for the Chargers, Kellen Winslow Sr., 99 out of 99. That'll do it for Encore. John Russ Elite is up next. It's a 2-box international hobby box break. Let's get our title and list updated here. We have quite a few teams left when we went live. We'll see how many sold. Go to the purchase history here. Bear with me 1 second as I get this list updated. Still got quite a few teams in this one. A lot of cheap spots. If anybody wants to grab them, now's the time. You can get 10% off using the code next to that link pinned in the chat. Get your guesses in for the player on the last numbered parallel. This one's for 20 credit. All right, we still have 16 teams left in this one. Here are our teams. If anybody wants to grab them, a lot of cheap teams. Cardinals, Falcons, Ravens, Panthers, Bengals, Browns, Texans, Colts, Jags, Chargers, Dolphins, Saints, Giants, Jets, Buccaneers, and Commanders. The link is pinned in the chat. Again, there is a code to get 10%. So if you want to bundle a bunch of teams together, use that code at checkout to get your 10% off. Get your guesses in for the player on the last numbered parallel. 24 Donruss Elite International Hobby 2-box break PYT 726 coming up next. All right, guys, here we go with PYT 726. Again, all these teams in yellow are available. The link is in the chat if you guys want to grab them. Use that link pinned in the chat. And there's a code, Jackpot Xmas, Jackpot XMAS. Use that at checkout for 10% off those remaining teams. And 10% off any of the remaining teams tonight, not just those. So if you want to grab some in the other breaks too, bundle them together, get your 10% off, use that code at checkout. We're going to have 6 packs, 5 cards per pack. These are the international hobby boxes. That's kind of what's in the box. We got 3 parallels, 2 inserts, ultra rare first class inserts are in here. Autos are possible, not guaranteed. We have pulled autos out of here. But we will have several numbered parallels per box. You guys are guessing the player on the last of those numbered parallels. All right, here we go, guys. Good luck to everybody in here. Let's get this break filled, guys. Grab those last teams. We have Evan Ingram on the highlights. Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love, Raheem Mostert, Micah Hyde. Good reporter card. Amon-Ra St. Brown out of $3.99. Evan Ingram. Anders Carlson. Monta Adams. Jalen Hurts. Kid reporter card. Dejuan Palmer out of 49. Out of 99, Bub Means. Out of 999, Bub Means. Roquan Smith, CeeDee Lamb, Anthony Richardson. Out of 3 of 49, Devon Achane. Hank Bell, CJ Stroud, Mario Douglas, Jeremiah Trotter. Out of 249, Jalen Polk, Emmett Smith, Bobby Okereke, Michael Parsons, Cameron Jordan. Ooh, there's one of those autos. Like I said, they're not guaranteed, but they are possible. How about Cade Stover out of 499? That is going to the Texans. Yep, Brock Purdy, Alex Anzalone, Mike Evans, Amari Cooper. Top load these real quick. Still have time to grab the last remaining teams and get your guesses in for the player on the last numbered parallel. Up next after this one is Don Russ Baseball, PYT 727. You do not have to be in the break, guys, to get your guesses in for the player on the last numbered parallel. There are spots available in the last couple breaks tonight. Guys want to grab them, use that link pinned in the chat. There is that code to get your 10% off as well. Make sure you take advantage of that when you buy your slots during the breaks. We do have the future break schedule link in the page as well. Make sure you bookmark that page. You can buy spots through there. You can see what we have listed, what we have scheduled for the upcoming night. Thursday, we will be back 9 p.m. Central with some breaks. There's a kid reporter card. Joe Alt out of 249. Cameron Jordan, Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love, Raheem Mostert. We have Blake Corum on the rookie on deck. There's Amari Cooper, Emmett Smith, Bobby Okereke, Michael Parsons, Jaden Daniels out of 49. Anthony Richardson, Brock Purdy, Alex Anzalone, Mike Evans. Again, guys, get your guesses in for the player on the last numbered parallel of this one for 20 in credit. We got AJ Brown, 2 out of 9. That is going to the Eagles spot. That's it for the Eagles. Demario Douglas, Jeremiah Trotter, Roquan Smith, CeeDee Lamb. Get reporter card. Then Sonat, that is out of $3.99. Out of $9.99, Dylan Olave. AJ Brown. Hank Bell. CJ Stroud. Out of $3.49, that is Justin Simmons for the Broncos. He's going to be the guest of the break, I assume, here. John Elway, Lawrence Taylor, Joe Burrow, and Ray Lewis. Justin Simmons was the guest of the break. All right, that does it for this one. We'll top load recap, then we'll move on to our Don Russ baseball break. We got, 3 breaks left tonight? I got a couple more to top load before we do a recap. Joe Alt out of 249. Jaden Daniels out of 49. 12 out of 49. Jaden Daniels. 2 out of 9 on the status die cut. AJ Brown. Out of 399. Ben Sinat. Out of 999. Dylan Labe. Out of 349. Justin Simmons. 399. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Out of 49. Juwan Palmer. Out of 999, Bub Means. Out of 349, Devon Achan. Out of 249, Jalen Polk. And an auto out of 499, Cade Stover. We had I think Dell card in here. Reminded me, I forgot he's still on Houston. I wonder if his injury wasn't career-ending injury, was it? I can't remember what happened to him. But I haven't heard his name at all this season, so it doesn't sound like he's going to play this year. Unfortunate, he had a couple injuries the last couple years. All right, 25 baseball, Don Russ baseball hobby PYT 727 is coming up next. I'm going to check and see how many spots are left in that one. They're down to 8 spots, and there's 8 spots available. If anybody wants to grab those, and the link is in the chat. You can get your 10% off. Let's pull this list up. All right, here's our list here. We got the Baltimore Orioles, Cincinnati Reds, Detroit Tigers, Houston Astros, Seattle Mariners, St. Louis Cardinals, Texas Rangers, and Washington Nationals available. You can use the link in the chat to grab them. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. This is PYT 727. We'll be right back in just a moment. All right, guys, here we go with PYT 727. This is Don Russ Baseball. Grab those last teams. Teams in yellow are available. We're looking for stained glass out of here. 24 packs, 8 cards per pack. We should have 3 autos or MIMs per box on average. We'll have a combination of those. Next day autographs are possible in here. 85 Don Russ buyback autographs possible as well. Good luck to everybody in this break. This is one I'm going to open all the packs before we start. We got 24 of them here. So bear with me as I do that real quick. While I'm doing this, you guys still have time to grab your team. You have time to get your guesses in as well. We have 2 more breaks tonight. I forgot what else we have left. We got Prism Baseball first off the line. Forgot about the Prism. That'll be a good one. And then we have Certified Football. That Certified Football, I believe, is full, but we had spots in both baseball breaks. Now's the time to grab those. And that link is pinned in the chat. There's a code to get 10% off. Again, we will be back Thursday as well, 9 p.m. Central. Future break schedules where you can find those breaks that we're doing Thursday. We got our schedule made. That's a good way to find out what's coming up next before we send out the messages. We always do the messages either day before or day of the break. So that future break schedule, you can get a sneak peek of what's coming up as we put the schedules together. Every now and then they will change before we send out messages, but I'd say 90% of the time, once we put them on the schedule, that's how it is. Sometimes we just rearrange if something not selling as quick as something else, and we'll just swap them out as it gets closer to the time. But again, that'll also show you what's listed. If you want to know every break that we have listed on there, there's a link to those breaks as well. Couple more packs here to open. And we had some spots left in this one as well. If you guys want to grab them real quick before we get started, get those guesses in. You do not have to be in the break to guess the player on the last auto for 20 in credit. We got our last 2 packs here. It could be one of those frustrating breaks too. I can tell some of these cards, I forget they're upside down, and it's just kind of annoying going through these. With that, all right, guys, we got them all open here. Let's go through it. There's Rhett Lowerter, Alex Gordon, Jim Palmer, Don Mattingly. There's Manny Ramirez. That is out of 149. Randy Johnson. Rated prospect, J.D. Dix. Carter Holton, rated prospect. We got Hester Cursett. We have Jake Peavy, Juan Marichal, Deion Sanders, Austin Wells, Marvels of Aaron Judge, rated prospect, Augustin Ramirez, Sebastian Walcott, Jackson Churio, James Wood, Manny Ramirez, Eddie Matthews, Alex Gordon, Cal Ripken Jr. This is an optic out of 199 for Baltimore. That's it for the Orioles there. Thatcher Hurd, Connor Griffin, Jim Rice, Jacob Wilson, Kumar Rocker, Ryan Braun, Bucky Dent, Connor Norby on the red out of 99, another optic. Cooper Pratt. That was David Shields. Luis Angel Acuna. Edgar Martinez. Cliff Lee. Chipper Jones. And we have Pee Wee Reese, Barry Larkin milestones. There's a filler and a card behind it. Chase Dolander, Malcolm Moore, Austin Wells, Evan Carter. There's Jim Cott, Pee Wee Reese again. We got a rated prospect of Ryan Waldschmidt, James Tibbs, Nick Kurtz, Luis Baez, Tony Oliva, Will Clark, Kobe Mayo, Johnny Bench, Jim Rice, Lisanhel Acuna. There's another filler. Walker Janik, Hank Hintz, Frank Thomas, Connor Norby, Debbie Matthews, Thomas Sagasi for the Cardinals. Okay, guys, grab those last few spots before we shut down the break. And grab your spots in the Prism baseball. First off the line, PYT 728 coming up next. Reggie Jackson out of 199. There's our first auto. Signature Series, William Kempner. That is going to Miami. Pitcher William Kempner is the auto guess. Stack here. Picoa Roby. Owen Cassie. Ozzie Smith. Nolan Ryan. Craig Biggio. Pink hints on the Black Velocity. That is an optic out of 39. Nice hit for the Cardinals. Gillen Culpepper. Marcelo Meyer. Roman Anthony. Christian Moore. Nick Yorkie. Miguel Tejada. Von Rodriguez. Prince Fielder. Johnny Mize for the Giants. King Griffey Jr. The optic hollow there. Franklin Arias. Dylan Head. Dwight Gooden. Jake Arrieta. Jace Young. Ian Kinsler. Luisanhel Acuna. Brett Loader. Seaver King. Levi Sterling. Top row these real fast, then we'll go through the second stack. Get those guesses in for the player on the last auto for 20 credit. Grab your Prism first off the line spots. We did have spots left in this one as well. Certified football will end the night. So if you guys are waiting on those breaks, you guys can stick around, get your guesses in for the players on these last autos. To earn yourself 20 credit. You can use that in our shop for any breaks, packs, or boxes. Here we go. Dustin Pedroia. Andrew Jones. Dylan Cruz. Pablo Sandoval. Cliff Lee. Yadier Molina. Cam Caminetti. Bryce Eldridge. Jim Leland. Carlos Beltran. Pedro Martinez. Robin Ventura. Out of 250. 250 out of 250. That is Terry Francona. A little dinged up corner there. The rest of it's nice. There's George Lombard. Kendall George. Braylon Daughtry. Jake Bloss. Terry Francona again, but on base, Colt Keith. There's Arte, Chipper Jones, Milestones, George Brett, Spencer Jones, Trey Morgan, Alex Rodriguez, Paul Skeens, Will Wagner, Lou Gehrig, Blake Burke, Austin Bateman, Billy Emick, Chase Burns, David Ortiz, Willie Stargell, Darren Baker, Bobby Witt Jr. Out of 199, 174 out of 199. That's Bryce Cunningham for the Yankees, I believe. Roman Anthony, Charlie Condon, Ben Hess, Jack Leiter. We have Adam Wainwright, Andrew Walters. Okay, we got two more breaks tonight, guys. There's Tim Hudson, Edgar Martinez, Unleashed Kumar Rocker, Brock Wilken, Brody Brecht, Jordan Lawler, Catfish Hunter, John Smoltz, Rhett Loader, Arlen Cava, and we have Dylan Cruz, rookie auto. Nice hit for the Nationals. Dylan Cruz out of 35, 16 out of 35 there. Okay, guys, we have two more breaks tonight. We got Carson Williams, Dalton Rushing, Lester Posey, Tony Perez, Junior Caminero, Mike Schmidt, Jace Jung, Sasaki, Sargenti, Andy Alcantara, Mariano Rivera, Reggie Jackson, Roger Clemens, Hurston Waldrop, Evan Carter, coming attractions, Roman Anthony, Bryce Matthews, Matt Shaw, Greg Maddux, Aaron Judge, Bobby Miller, Nolan Ryan out of 250. Except for the Rangers. Griff O'Farrell, optical rated prospect. Then we got the Jersey Kings of Brendan Sparat. That is going to the Mets. Nice one there. Cam Smith, Trey Savage, Mike Mussina, Brett Campaneris, Sammy Sosa, Billy Martin, Jim Cobb, Cam Smith on the bomb squad, Bubba Chandler, Cash Mayfield, Mike Piazza, Michael Young, Jim Thome, Brooks Lee, Carson Williams, Jet Williams, Cole Young, Enrique Bradfield, Jimmy Rollins. About done with this one. Jeff Bagwell, Yardier Molina, Ricky Henderson, Ian Kinsler. We got a Gary Sheffield bomb squad. This one's numbered out of 199. Theo Gillen, Jesus Mate, rated prospects to end it. Let's top load recap, then we'll move on to our Prism first off the line. Like I said, we got 2 more breaks left tonight. We will be back again on Thursday. (9 p.m. Central). We have 1 baseball, 1 football break left tonight. Grab those first off the line spots out of Prism Baseball. Look at those short or low numbered shimmers. Have a chance of the color blast. Plus other ultra rare stuff. We'll have probably 3 autos, 3 to 4 autos in that box. That is coming up next. All right, let's do a recap for this one. These are numbered parallels. Out of 250, we have the Terry Francona. Out of 199, Bryce Cunningham. Out of 250, Nolan Ryan. Jersey Kings, Brandon Spratt. Bomb Squad out of 199, Gary Sheffield. Manny Ramirez out of 149. Cal Ripken out of 199. Connor Norby out of 99. Reggie Jackson out of 199. Pink Hintz out of 39. William Kempner on the auto. And Dylan Cruz was the guest of the break. Auto out of 35. All right, guys, that does it for Donruss Baseball. Let's move on to our Prism Baseball break. Let's update our title here. (2025) Prism first off the line, PYT 728 is coming up next. Find this one up here. We got 11 left in this one. 11. List is. All right, here we go, guys. Teams are on the left, or names are on the left, teams are on the right. These are the teams available: Arizona Diamondbacks, Cleveland Guardians, Colorado Rockies, Detroit Tigers, Houston Astros, Miami Marlins, Minnesota Twins, San Diego Padres, St. Louis Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays, and the Texas Rangers. If you guys want to grab them, use that link in the chat. It's pinned to the chat. There is a code to get 10% off. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. We'll be right back with 25 Prism Baseball first off the line. All right, here we go with our second to last break of the night, 25 Prism Baseball first off the line. 12 packs, 12 cards per pack, 3 autos per box. And this is the first off the line version. There's an empty box. Here we go. Good luck to everybody in this one. There's Blake Mitchell to start, Alex Freeland, William Petrie, Yvonne Rodriguez, Josh Gibson, Kristen Kirsten, nice blue shimmer auto. Going to Baltimore to start us off. Should be one of at least 3 autos. That one is out of 9 or 8. That is 6 out of 8. Very nice auto to start us off. This Baltimore Orioles hit. Grab those last spots, guys. Bryce Cunningham. That is out of 75. Al Kaline for Detroit. Out of 25. Roman Anthony Bates. Big Peavy. Braxton Ashcroft. Pretty good start right there. There's Max Muncy. Eddie Collins, Grover Alexander, Bobby Witt Jr., Juan Gonzalez, Gold Shimmer, Christy Matthews. How about a 3 out of 7 Christine Matthews right there? Max Horvath out of 499. Chase Dolander. Megan Smith, Cincy Cunha, rookie Brooks Lee. Certified football is coming up next. You're waiting for that one. That will be up after this one. Kyle DeBarge, Kevin McGonigal, Bryce Cunningham, Reed Miller, Greg Yoho, Bryce Eldridge, prospect signature. Nice sit there for the Giants spot. Their top prospect. That is one thing, like the Prism, you'll hit a lot better autos than you do out of Topps Chrome per box usually. Ethan Solis on the red out of 299. Red Wave, those aren't numbered, but we will top load them before we ship. Monty Irvin, Roman Anthony Silver, Kirsten, Andy Pettit, Colton Rushing. Nolan Casey, Leo DeVries, Tim Hudson, Edwin Encarnacion, Sebastian Walcott, Will Wagner, Kellen Culpepper on the purple out of 149. Ryan Sandberg, Jackson Churio, Tony Perez, Braden Taylor, Andy Van Slyke. We have Thomas White, Lawler, Prince Fielder, Yadier Molina, Nick Allen, Pink Hintz, Bobby Richardson, red out of 299. Chase DeLauder, Megan Smith, Pablo Sandoval, Theo Gillen, Frank Thomas. What's top load do we have so far on the numbered parallel side? Again, we do have spots left in this break. If you want to grab them, use that link in the chat. Get those final break spots tonight. Also, if you want to buy into Thursday's breaks, use that future break schedule link in the chat. Bookmark that page, the Google Sheet. We'll update it with all the breaks that we have posted on eBay. So if you guys want to find a spot that shows everything right in one place, what we have scheduled, what we have listed, that future break schedule link in the chat will take you to that. Thursday, 9 p.m. Central, we will be back. We got this break and one more tonight. Here's the next pack. There's Robin Yount, Tress Speaker, Gary Sheffield, Casey Roby, Gil Hodges on the blue shimmer. That is 13 out of 15. Garland Susanna out of 499. Colton Rushing on the red wave. Spencer Jones, Bryce Renier, Cole Young, and Chase Davis. Next pack. Pee-wee Reese, Augustin Ramirez, Carter Johnson, Malcolm Moore, J.D. Dix, James Triantos, Blue Randy Johnson out of 199, Chandler Simpson, Red Wave, a rookie, Chase Burns, Nolan Ryan, Buster Posey, Nick Kurtz. Chandler Simpson, Chase DeLauder, Arun Escobar, Daughtry, PJ Orlando, Jose Canseco for the Rangers out of 15. 15 out of 15. Out of Barge out of 99. Zaire Hope, Chandler, David Shields, Alex Rodriguez, Roberto Clemente. We got 4 packs left. Ethan Anderson, Colt Emerson, Jesus Mate, Darren Baker, Andrew Jones, Roger Clemens, Matt Shaw out of 499. There's Brady Smith on the auto. Sensational signatures for the Dodgers. That's out of 199. Talisman, Chase Burns out of 99. Honeycutt, Josu DePaula, Deion Sanders. Bryce Eldridge, Joe Jackson, Paul Canerico, Drew Burris, Adrian Gonzalez, Slade Caldwell, Dalton Rushing out of 299, Kyle Teal, Christian Moore, Seaver King, Bob Gibson, Preston Walter. Then we got one more break tonight, guys. That is our certified football hobby box. That is coming up next. Boston Bateman, Tom Seaver, Charlie Condon, Griffin, Wyatt Sanford, Chase DeLauder out of 15. Speaker out of 499. And for the Rockies, Chase Dolander. Silver Refractor auto. For the Rockies. Griffey Jr., Alejandro Rosario, Austin Wells, Dixon Paez. Last pack. There's Jacob Wilson, Kevin Alcantara, Cooper Pratt, Justin Upton, Mariano Rivera, Steve Mathewson, Jake Arrieta on the blue for the Cubs. That is out of 199. Chandler Simpson, silver. Travis Pazana, James Tibbs, Luke Keyshaw, and Luis Baez. All right, let's top load, recap, then we'll move on to the last break of the night. That was PYT 728. First off the line, a Prism Baseball break. Let's top load, recap. Again, we'll do our 25 certified football break. Quite a few here to top load. A lot of numbered parallels in these. First off the line, Prism Hobbies. Really does seem like Prism at least has a lot better autographs per box compared to most Topps products. A couple more here we'll top load, then we'll do our recap. And we will be back Thursday at 9 p.m. Central after tonight's breaks. If you haven't already, make sure you bookmark that feature schedule page. There's the link floating around in the chat for that one. I'll take you to our Google Sheet. You guys can buy in directly to breaks through there. Plus, you can see what's scheduled, what we have listed on eBay as well. So anything that gets newly listed, it'll all be right there on the future break schedule page. How about Gil Hodges out of 15, 13 out of 15. Zana out of 499. Randy Johnson out of 199. Jose Canseco is going to be out of 15. 15 out of 15. Out of Barge out of 99. Matt Shaw out of 499. Chase Burns out of 99. Dalton Rushing out of 299. Chase DeLauder out of 15. Chase Speaker out of 499. Jake Arrieta out of 199. Chris Cunningham out of 75. Al Kaline out of 25. Steve Mathewson out of 7. Max Horvath out of 499. Ethan Stallis out of 299. Kalen Culpepper out of 199. Bobby Richardson out of 299. Heston Kersted out of 8. 6 out of 8 on that auto. Bryce Eldridge on the silver signatures. A sensational signature. Brady Smith out of 199. And Chase Dolander on the silver auto for the Rockies. All right. That'll do it for this one. Get our last break of the night loaded up. Yeah, in the listing here. It is full certified football PYT 739. Update our title. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto on this one for 20 in credit. You do not have to be in the break to guess. The names on the left, teams are on the right. VC cards down here with the lines in the bottom, so get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. This is 25 certified football hobby PYT 739 coming up next. All right, guys, here we go with the last break. 10 packs per box, 5 cards per pack, 2 autos, 2 mims per box. This is 25 certified football. Empty box. Here's pack number 1. Got Kid Reporter card on the front. Mason Graham, a rookie. 5 rookies to start us off. Roma Dunze, Dexter Lawrence, Aiden Hutchinson, Kenneth Walker. You can get your guesses in for the player on the last auto for 20 in credit. Will Anderson Jr. Certified Stars out of 199. There's a nice patch. Elijah Arroyo Freshman Fabric out of 199. One for Seattle. That's it for Seattle there. Tight end Elijah Arroyo. And our final cards out of that pack: Jalen Hurts, Jair Alexander, Baker Mayfield. There's Anthony Munoz on the Immortals. Brock Bowers out of 399. Jesse Bates, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Saquon Franchise Foundation. So there we go. Pieces of the game. There's Brandon Aubrey out of 149. I believe he hit his auto out of here last time as well. Same other pieces of the game. Not sure what it was, number 2, but Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboys. Amon-Ra, Charbonnet, and Travis Kelce. Kid Reporter card. Cam Ward on the certified rookies. There's a filler. There is Tommy Mellott out of 399, rookie for the Raiders. Mike Evans, Geno Smith, Garrett Wilson. Derrick Henry, certified stars. New generation out of 499, Elijah Royal again for Seattle. Myles Garrett, Saquon Barkley, Jordan Love. Got 4 packs left here. Randy Moss. Marion Hampton for the Chargers out of 299. We got Xavier Worthy, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones. DeMarcus Lawrence on the Franchise Foundations. We have out of 299, Zay Flowers, James Cook, JSN, and Jahmyr Gibbs. The last 2 packs. Okay. I do not want to open. Kid Reporter card. Out of 299, Justin Herbert on the Franchise Foundations. And let's get another number 1, Chris Olave out of 150. Josh Jacobs, Calvin Ridley, Brock Bowers. Caleb Johnson. Reporter card out of 225, Curtis Rourke. J.J. McCarthy. Jerry Jeudy, A.J. Brown. A couple here at the top level. We'll do our recap. Nice little box of certified football. And we will be back Thursday, guys, at 9 p.m. Central. Make sure you buy your spots into Thursday's breaks. Out of 199, that is Will Anderson Jr. Out of 399, Brock Bowers. Out of 399, Tommy Mellott. Out of 499, Elijah Arroyo. Out of 299, Amarian Hampton. Both of those are the Mims. Out of 299, Zay Flowers. Out of 299, Justin Herbert. Out of 150, Chris Olave. Out of 225, Curtis Rourke. Elijah Arroyo, freshman fabric, Mim auto out of 199. Brandon Aubrey out of 149 on the pieces of the game patch auto. That is going to do it for all the breaks tonight. I appreciate everybody hopping in, getting those guesses in. We will be back again on Thursday. Have a great night. We'll see you then.